So would you welcome me right now, my dear friend and pretty much family member for a number of years now, Mr. Wayne Keller, who's the founder of Caiden's Hope up here.
Everybody, thanks so much for coming out tonight. Thank you so much for caring and for lending your heart to helping out these families that literally their lives go upside down immediately. Everybody thinks it's going to last 9 months, and it doesn't. And unfortunately, when it happens, it's sudden, and it can be devastating. So at Caiden's Hope, what we do is we try to take away a little bit of that stress. Because when the parents go to the hospital and take the baby to the hospital and the baby's finally, stabilized and everything's, being cared for by the medical staff, mom and dad usually wake up and say, where are we staying tonight? We're going to have to eat at McDonald's every meal, every day.
That's not cheap either.
That's not cheap. No. Or they live in another state. For instance, if you live in Nevada, Arizona, Idaho, Montana, if you go to the hospital for NICU care, you probably go to Utah. And none of that is covered by insurance. None of that is covered by anybody. It just comes straight out of their pocket. So we try to eliminate as much as we can those kind of expenses.
That's what Caiden's Hope is.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull on some heartstrings, and I just ask you, open up your hearts and your checkbook. So before we do that, though, I'd like to give some special thanks to some sponsors tonight. We have Pacific Yard House, of course.
Yeah, thank you. Wonderful people.
We have the wonderful folks at the lovely airlines, the Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
West Fork Country Club, Messina Hoff Winery, Taylorized PR, K-Star Country Radio, and the Lone Star Community Radio, of which I think you, at one point, had your own show.
I used to work there, yes.
You worked there, yeah.
In fact, they're right there.
They're right here. Give it up for our folks at Lone Star.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't really give much anything else if we didn't call up the man who this entire organization is named for, Mr. Ed Call. Would you come up? This is Caiden of Caiden's Hope grandfather. He's going to come up and tell you a little about what Caiden has been through.
Yeah.
When he was first born, the doctors came in to my daughter and said, "Don't expect more than 2 months. He will not survive." And next month, he's going to be 10 years old. So that's absolutely, our family has been blessed. But I just want to let you know that Caiden is doing very well. He will always be special needs, but he has far surpassed all the thresholds that he's been told he can't do. He was told he'll never walk, ever.
And he walks. Even
with a walker. Yeah. And he stumbles, he's not real steady, but he can walk around this room and he can walk around Disneyland all day long holding his hands. So Caiden is doing absolutely wonderful. We always appreciate whenever somebody asks, how is Caiden doing? But I just want to really say, more importantly from my heart, is I want to thank all of you who are here tonight. The artists that came here, the babies in the NICU are so important. The most important thing with the babies in the NICU, besides the nurses, the NICU nurses, is mom and dad being there every single day.
Yeah, personal care is extremely important.
Just the touching, skin-to-skin touching with those babies. That's the most important thing, and this organization has given a lot of people the opportunity to do that. And like Wayne says, the blessings come from God, and the more people that we can help, the absolute, it just warms my heart.
Get up for Ed one more time, would you? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it really gives me a great pleasure to introduce Kenna Danielle, Jarrod Sterrett, Mary Sara, and Rick Carr.
My name is Mary Sara, and some of you may know me, some of you may not. But I'm thankful to be here. Thank you, Wayne, Charlene, Ed, everyone. Pacific Yard House for having this as well here. My brother was a preemie baby, and he was born at 1.5 pounds, and went through surgery after surgery, and his life has completely changed because of it. And it just seemed to work out perfectly. So I'm very thankful to be here, and I hope you guys are feeling giving this season, because this is an amazing foundation, and I'm proud to be a part of it. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to do a song that I released in 2015 off of a record called Dress Up This Town. All right. turn the key in my car and put it in drive. Even though this traffic is a beautiful ride, I keep hearing your voice 13 hours ago. When you smile at me and say hello, standing in my door holding fresh cut roses, said you like my dress. I was happy that you noticed the way it matched my eyes. When the sun came up, I was still dreaming. That front porch scene was all I was seeing. It takes me back in time, thinking about last night. Until I see you later on tonight, I'll be thinking about standing in my door holding fresh cut roses, said you like my dress. I was happy that you noticed the way it matched my eyes. When the sun came up, I was still dreaming. That front porch scene was all I was seeing. It takes me back in time, thinking about last night. Thinking about last night. Thinking about you, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my goodness, your voice.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
So beautiful. Wow. Same to you. I'm fangirling over here. Just listen to all your fluctuations. I love it. But kind of tagging on to what Mary Sarah said, it truly is a huge honor to be here tonight. Caiden's Hope is a phenomenal organization, and they're my favorite one to promote and to do anything I can for. I just love it, and it's such a serious cause, and it's something that doesn't get a whole lot of news media support. You don't hear a lot. There's not a lot of organizations out there like this, which makes it so important. So I hope you're feeling giving tonight. And just in case you are, there's plenty of these little clear buckets everywhere that you can just put a few dollars in. Anything you have, anything your heart, anything you feel in your heart that you think you need to give tonight. And that being said, I also want to say that I have merchandise here. I have CDs for sale tonight. And this is a song that's on one of those CDs. And 100% of what I sell tonight is going to go back to Caiden's Hope. My CDs are $10 a piece. So if you're looking for any stocking stuffers, they make great stocking stuffers, and it's going to a great cause tonight. This is a song I wrote with a good friend of mine, Miss Bree Bagwell, called I 35 Reasons. It goes like this. She lives southbound down the San Marcos exit. Think I've got it figured out now. While you head in that direction, you jump on that interstate because you can't wait to get on the road to her.
If I had it my way, and you would have to turn around, 'cause your way is the highway, but would you go the extra mile to see her smile down that open road? She probably wouldn't be worth the drive if you couldn't go 75. If that traffic would move a little slower, you probably would have never even got to know her. But that pay straight away makes it easy. Boy, I wish it was a dirt road, believe me. Those white lines stretch just like the truth. And now I've got 35 reasons for leaving you. You can drive into the sun, but I'm the one who's leaving you behind. She probably wouldn't be worth the drive if you couldn't go 75. If that traffic would have moved a little slower, you probably would have never even got to know her. That pay straight away makes it easy. Boy, I wish it was a dirt road, believe me. Those white lines stretch just like the truth. And now I've got 35 reasons for leaving you. And now I've got 35 reasons for leaving you. Woo! Thank you so much. Yeah, I released it to radio almost a year and a half ago now.
Cool.
Kenna, did you write that all by yourself?
No.
Oh, with Bree?
Yeah, I wrote that with
awesome.
Bree. Yeah.
Awesome. I was wondering.
So, did you release that or did she?
I released it.
Huh?
Yeah.
How'd it do? I know you got in the top 100, right?
Yeah, it went to number 28 on Texas radio.
Yes, it did. Heck yeah.
Thanks, guys.
That's awesome.
Well, I guess that brings me up next. I think the first time I shared the stage with Kenna, it was a layout just like this. We were playing the grand open of a music venue that's not getting a free plug tonight because they're not paying me. And but anyways, we were playing this thing, very well known, very famous, and me and her were asked to sit in up there with Kyle Hutton for the grand opening. I think you were 17 and it was 2012. That's been a long time ago. Is that about right?
I was about
don't answer that. Never
14
mind.
in 2012.
Okay, you were 14 then.
I was. I had to do some math there.
Oh, anyway. And since then, you've written a couple songs that went to number 1, right?
One song that went to number 2.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't quite get that number 1.
You will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That
I
number
sure hope
2's
so.
on the way to number 1.
I said it leaves room for improvement. That's what I said.
There it is.
So anyways, I feel outmatched here. Both these ladies have been operating on a much larger scale than me. I've released 6 songs to radio. One of them got in the top 40, but they all broke the top 100. So that's, I don't know, that's something. I've been out there
That's
for a while.
definitely something.
Anyhow, here's the current one. It's number 77 this week on Texas radio.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's called Pasadena. I love this state. It's the greatest thing in the world, but every square mile reminds me of that girl from 6th Street in Austin to drilling wells in Abilene. Her memory won't let me be. The rodeo in Houston
out to the Alamo. I swear I'll see her. Well, everywhere I go, in Texarkana, to the dance hall down in Green. Everywhere I go, it's her face I see. Don't wanna think about Pasadena or the Corpus Christi Bay or downtown Fort Worth. Around the month of May, the College Station, it always makes me blue. Don't wanna think about Pasadena. Don't wanna think about you. Up north in Lubbock or out west to El Paso, down in the valley, and on the way to Amarillo, east in Beaumont, to the Midland County line. Every mile drives me further out of my mind. Don't wanna think about Pasadena or the Corpus Christi Bay or downtown Fort Worth. Around the month of May in College Station, it always makes me blue. Don't wanna think about Pasadena. Don't wanna think about you.